The competition at this year's World Cup will be off the charts. With most groups incredibly competitive, temperatures might rise higher than normal in Qatar. One thing is for sure, fans will be in for a wild ride. Even the underdogs will have a close eye on them by the better sides. However, today we won't be talking about the entire tournament, and we'll focus on one group from the whole tournament. Welcome to Futbol One, where we will analyze Group D at this year's FIFA World Cup. This group includes France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. France. Starting this video, we of course have the world champions first. The star-studded team at the 2018 World Cup has gotten even more experience on. There are abundant options for Les Bleus if Deschamps' starting lineup experiences a decline in performance throughout the upcoming season. However, a few players will undoubtedly be traveling to Qatar in November. Hugo Lloris will be captaining his side to yet another World Cup, with Presnel Kimpembe, Jules Koundé, and Raphael Varane forming the heart of the defense. Their list of fullbacks consists of Lucas Digne, brothers Theo and Lucas Hernandez, and Benjamin Pavard. The central midfield will have a dynamic partnership of youth experience and flair, with N'Golo Kanté, Aurélien Tchouameni, and Paul Pogba. The vast and attacking positions consist of stars such as Antoine Griezmann, Christopher Nkunku, French starlet Kylian Mbappe, and Karim Benzema. He is coming on the back of a fantastic season with Real Madrid. Will Les Bleus' World Cup defense be successful? Only time will tell. For starters, they need to get out of this tricky group, which has competition from Australia, Tunisia, and Denmark. Even with these names, France is expected to top the group as winners. Australia. The Socceroos have their World Cup squad in place for Qatar, and in that squad only 2 players have achieved recent European success. In Seville this month, Ajdin Hrustic won the Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt, and Tom Rogic led Celtic FC to the Scottish Premier League title. The Socceroos' qualification for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 TM have been secured thanks to strong team performance, a well-executed game plan, and the heroics of the substitute goalkeeper Andrew Redmayne. After this victory, Australia made their way to Group D, where they will be facing the likes of France, Tunisia, and Denmark. James Johnson, the Chief Executive Officer of Football Australia, attended the playoff in Doha. He claimed that Australia's qualification for Qatar 2022 was a significant boost for the game, giving the Australian audience additional high-caliber football content to be interested in and interact with over the following 12 months. However, much effort will need to be made from Aaron Moy and company to give the other teams in their group a severe challenge. France might nick the first position, but the second position in the group will be up for grabs between the remaining 3 sides. Australia will hope they are on that side, but much work must be done, especially in the forward department. With a 5-4 victory over Peru in the qualifier, Australia will be hoping to score goals so that such a situation doesn't tend to arrive if they make it to the knockouts. Tunisia. Jalal Qadri's squad list will probably start with Youssef Massakni's name. The forward who competes for Al Arabi in Qatar is Tunisia's captain and has 83 caps to his credit. Wabi Karzi, Usama Haddadi, and Ali Malul will contribute to the experience. Hannibal Mejbri, a 19-year-old player who's now signed to Manchester United's roster, falls on the other end of the age range. As the competition draws near, Qadri must make some important choices, since they haven't played for Tunisia yet this year. Mohamed Ali Yacoubi, Mohamed Amin Ben Amour, and Firash Chouat are 3 players hoping to be called back. With experience and youth, Tunisia will be entering this group as underdogs. Nobody expects them to make that big of an impact, but the best thing about underdogs is that the opponent cannot predict what's coming, and that is something the Tunisians can use to their advantage. Denmark. Barring injuries or bans, there are a few players we expect to be dead sure for Kasper Hjulmand's final Denmark 2022 World Cup squad. Simon Kjaer is perhaps the first name on the team sheet, thanks to his combination of leadership and defensive skills. Andreas Christensen will surely start alongside Kjaer in defense, provided he is fit, while Joachim Mael impressed with his lung-busting performances as a wingback at Euro 2020. Thomas Delaney, who now plies his trade with Sevilla at the club level, and Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg are the key men in midfield. Further forward, Yusuf Poulsen, Martin Braithwaite, Kasper Dolberg, and Mikkel Damsgaard expect to be on the plane to Qatar. It is still unclear whether Christian Eriksen has a chance of making it to the World Cup. He has not played for Denmark since suffering a cardiac arrest at the European Championship, but remains hopeful of resurrecting his career with the national side. Whether he can do it or not in time for Qatar is a big question. If the World Cup is where his fairy tale might come full circle, then we do not doubt it. Football can make things like this happen. Group D will be one of the most exciting at this year's World Cup. This is because it consists of the world champions and 3 other sides who could end up surprising. One shouldn't leave out the prospect of France being eliminated from the group stage. A highly impossible prospect, but as mentioned, anything can happen in football.